Striker Scorpion 82 is now sponsored by Warhammer Combat Cards, a card battle game featuring your favourite Citadel miniatures from the 40k universe. Build your army decks, dominate opponents in player versus player action, collect and upgrade cards to fit your strategy, improve their power and unlock unique traits. Choose from all 40k factions, take part in campaigns based on iconic 40k battles, rise to the top of the leaderboard and win glory. Free to download and play, link is in the video description below or on the channel homepage, and by using the unique link it helps support the channel. Thanks and enjoy the game. Right, on to this review. It's for the new Octarius Kill Team boxed set from Games Workshop. Very exciting stuff indeed. This video here will be like an unboxing, and then I'll review the product as we go along. So that's the usual format here for these videos. Just do remember the channel sponsor, Goblin Gaming. The link for them is in the video description below. If you are going to use them and you're able to use that link, that specific link that's in the video description below, it does help out the channel in a small way. But Goblin Gaming do 40k and plenty of other gaming systems and accessories and so on, all at a discounted rate. So, Octarius here. There's double good news with this. Obviously, Astra Militarum adds Death Korps of Krieg sculpts here, which look very, very good. And we'll zoom in, take a look at the sprues here once we open this up, and some great new models for the Orcs as well. Just as excited really about both. Big fan of the Orcs, love the models. Very, very strong theme with those, and now we've got some fantastic new models that you can use in this game. It's clever really from Games Workshop. They're filtering in new releases through like the Kill Team game, which is a very clever idea. You've got a nice lot of terrain inside this box as well, so this is looking to be a very exciting and a very good set indeed. So plastic removed, we'll get stuck in. So Death Korps of Krieg, that's going to make many Imperial Guard players happy, but obviously there's other regiments. So I know Tom's taken a keen interest in the Death Korps of Krieg, so I think he may well go for those. You can look out perhaps for a force of them in the future, obviously hoping for some further releases here for them. But yeah, there's other regiments. If anyone knows rumours or any official position whether there will be other regiments to come, do let us know in the comment section. Perhaps it's miles too early to even hope or dream of other regiments coming out in the future, but for now we can rejoice to see another Astra Militarum regiment sculpted up in plastic. So the usual format here for these Kill Team set, a very rigid and strong and deep box, and then no cover cardboard here, just straight into the sprues. The other great thing is some terrain mostly for the Orcs, so I may well have to get that painted up. Got lots of Imperial stuff, but it'd be nice to have some Orc terrain we can use in our games. Even on some of our battlefields, just have a little Orc outpost perhaps, and then jungle terrain and so on. This may well look pretty good, but very, very nice. I'll take this stuff out, see what's inside, and then we'll zoom in and take a look at the sprues. So looking at terrain here, a larger piece of terrain here for the Orcs, just a dump of stuff. And sort of scrap metal plate buildings here, just salvaged from Imperial stuff. Brilliant sculpting work, very, very nice indeed. There's another one the same. There is a divide, cover divide here. And then you've got your sprues. So Astra Militarum, we'll take all these out here. Orcs. There's a lot of stuff. A big weight in plastic here. A lot of models available. And then there's someone's leg has come off. So that's a leg from a guardsman. Then you divide. Same on both sides. And then your paperwork, and it's a lot of stuff inside here. 2 books, your core book and the Octarius campaign book by the looks of it. instructions in there as well. I'll have a flick through that as well in this video. Bases that you're going to need for all of the models. Orcs now going up to the, well, they've been that way for a while now, but the 32mm bases, so I need to upgrade all of my orc boys and so on. For that, your themed orange and black dice for the game. And this is all self-contained here, so you can get a hold of this set, perhaps you and a friend, you can paint the models up, and then everything you need is in here. So you can buy this box as it stands, and I believe you don't need anything else. Everything you need is in here, including all your models for both sides, all the rules that you need, your terrain board, your terrain, all your cards, dice, accessories, all inside the one box. In that regard, it's a great move, especially if you can pair up with someone, and you can split the costs between a friend, and you can both agree to paint as one faction each. And it works well because you can encourage each other to, you can set yourself a deadline and try and get your stuff painted alongside as your friend is painting the stuff up as well. So it can be a great way to, and a great incentive to get stuff painted up. The other great thing is you're not just painting these models for this particular game, you can then go on to use those models for regular games of 40k as well. So I am a big fan of these Kill Team sets. Plus Kill Team, so I've heard, is a great fun game to play as well. So a couple of card decks, and then your terrain board. Oh, look at this, wow, new transfer sheets. We'll zoom in and take a look at these. Might struggle to see in white. Let's see if I can tone this down here, but this is your markings for the Korps of Krieg. This is really, I think this is just shoulder pad numbers, 548, 219 and so on, and then your minefield labels there. Tiny transfers. So tons of detail with these. Brilliant job. All the different types of numbers, the lettering and so on. Excellent transfer sheet, that one. And then for the orcs, all different clans here. Bad Moons, Goths, and so on. But again, tiny little transfers. Perhaps to go onto the armour and shoulder pads and so on of the actual infantry models. But I think orc players will be glad to see this included as well. Brilliant job. So 2 excellent transfer sheets included as well. And then now we'll take a look at the sprues. So once again, I've been talking to a number of people about this. Once again, Games Workshop, quality of sculpting and execution of these models is fantastic. They've just one set after the next. They are superb. These helmets are so cool with the breathing masks on them there, the gas masks on the front. Fantastic. Look at these little clippers included. All the little tools. This mace type thing here. Grenades. This hand carrying like a map, an ordnance map, something like that. The detail on the backpacks. Spare guns. Love it when they do spare ones of these. You can use them in all different ways. You can put them around the basing and so on. Do all different combinations. Detail on the bags. Looks like a map bag perhaps being carried. Like a mine. Accessories are so cool. That's like a plunger perhaps. For detonation maybe. Yeah, looks like it. A little spade in the ground. The detail is fantastic. Beautiful work. Really good. Let us know. I mean, it's not even worth asking Korps of Krieg players if they're really happy to see this. It is a dream come true. It's absolutely brilliant. So there's a few loose bits here. I'll show this next sprue. This is the main sprue for the guard with their like trench coats. You can see across here. A detail again. And you've got all sorts of options for colour schemes. You don't have to follow the colour scheme that Games Workshop have done for these does look really good, but there's all different options you could go for. You could try and really go for something sort of World War I style with these. backpacks here. Very, very fine detail on those. Now they go up that way, I guess. That's the top of the backpack, and then so I guess it will be protected to some degree. They're not going to stick up. They're actually pointing downwards, so not so bad. There's a bolter there. Bolter and a plasma pistol available. There's the helmets. Really good. All the accessories. All the grenades. Radio pack. Just normal backpacks. Bayonets. Glorious stuff. Wow. Yeah, and for this is going to be a little grenade launcher type thing here. You know, if I was into these, been waiting years and years and hoping and dreaming, and maybe one day they come out in plastic, and they do. You just the first time you construct these, it'd just be an absolute joy to put them together. There's no sense of this being thrown together or a rushed job on these. It is the full kit that you're getting for this set. So mightily impressive. I know there's been a bit of a shake-up in the community recently with Games Workshop, but that to the side, just focusing in on the work done on these, it's incredibly good. So can you imagine the other regiments? I got a feeling that if this is the mode for release, then it's going to be strung out over years. I think it's going to be. If Games Workshop are going to release other regiments, it's going to take years. Just a gradual release of them with some kind of box set as either for Kill Team or moving the narrative on for 40k, something like that, just to introduce. And it's got to be some like big release to kickstart their arrival, and so it may well be a long drawn out process as we see each regiment come along. So I'm hoping for Talon Desert Raiders, that would be very, very good. Also like Mordian Iron Guard and Ice Warriors Valhalla as well, so those three would be very excited to see them. Beautiful stuff. Look at this sniper rifle. Beautiful. So just spent a little bit of time on this sprue here, but it's brilliant work. So that's that one and that one, and then it's all changed. It's on to Orcs next. It's like a sprue and a half each, so we'll go on to this one here for the Orcs next. And again, just as excited, perhaps more so, because I'm gonna paint these up and use them, and I don't care how good or how bad they are in the game. I'm gonna try and incorporate them into my army because they are fantastic. Hopefully we'll see a bit of the artwork a bit later on, just from some of the publications and perhaps the instruction manual. But we'll just look at the sculpt, the level of detail in the sculpt here. I mean, all of this accessories, you know, on the model here. Brilliant stuff. Just incredibly good. So, you know, they've done well. They haven't thrown in perhaps, you know, like a sculpt combined with a current sculpt. It's both just as new as each other, which is the right way to do it. Let's move that out of the way. Moving on, this is the larger sprue. Some bits have dropped out here, but that's the torso there. But again, just looking around at the details. Like a snorkeling grot. Absolutely brilliant. And you know, Games Workshop have drawn upon film genres and so on here, incorporating there's some recognisable stuff. Like there's one of the models, we'll see it later on, there's one of the models with like an SAS style hat from like World War II. All sorts of different styles going on. Beautiful work. So much to take in here. Let's put the detail in this barrel. All the accessories on that. There's a backpack and accessories on there. There's the jumping bomb squig thing. Beautiful work. So congratulations to Games Workshop once again. I'll zoom out, there's the terrain. And again, they haven't thrown in terrain that's already out there. They've created unique terrain. The detail is as if just as much work has gone into the terrain as it has into the models. So again, brilliant work. So there's no part of this set that's drawn in from anywhere else. This is all unique stuff, brand new stuff being put together. Look at the detail in there. Brilliant, brilliant work. And again, the terrain, you can use it for this game, and then you can drag it across into your games of 40k as well, so you're getting good use out of it. And hoping to do more smaller games on the channel. They are just as much fun as the larger games. So usually we play 2,000 points, hope to continue on with them, but 500 points, 1,000 points, 1,500 point games, I'd hope to play plenty of those as well. And they're just as much fun. The smaller games, I don't think you have to get a massive army to have fun. 40k, you can do smaller points games, and they can be a great deal of fun as well. And obviously kill team for this skirmish as well. So that's a double of that one. We've seen that one already. And there's another one there, which is, no, it's a bit different. These two sprues are different to each other. Look at the planks going across there. Brilliant job. So I have to get this painted up. Could easily just a small section of it, just do like a little outpost and mix in with other terrain. And then all this, these barricades here, brilliant. Then these dumps. Brilliant. A bit of Imperial stuff. Oh, no, no, no. Like a measuring thing, I think, this one. And then these are measuring things as well, I believe. Little bits of barricades that can be used as well. And then there's this piece here for the orcs as well. So, loads of stuff going on terrain-wise here as well. So 10 out of 10 for all the models and terrain. So then the terrain board, like so. So that's the size of it just there. Which, it looks alright. Perhaps a little bit plain. Could be more detail in it, but you don't want to go overboard because you start to restrict the way things sit on top of the terrain. But there it is. It's okay, but perhaps a little bit more work could have gone into that. Maybe just one thing to point out, and maybe alternating the design slightly on either side, so you're going to mix it up a little bit. It's pretty much a repeat of the same on both sides, perhaps some variation, but it would be easier to connect to other boards that are the same. You've got a line here that will connect no problem to another one of these if you wanted to go for a larger game. But it does the job. It's full colour, both sides. Nice, thick enough card. Worth looking after though, and worth trying to keep it dead flat. So watch out if you get a hold of this game. Look after this piece here and try and keep it flat and not let it start to buckle and bend. And so on. Don't spill cups of tea and cans of Coke all over it either. So that's that, and then don't need to look at the dice and the bases. Take a look at these cards just to give you an idea of what you get inside. We're going to open this up. So the cards looking something like this. And the rules: Headhunter, seek and destroy, challenge, route. Deadly marksman, seize ground. So that's those cards there. And in this set, this colour, seek and destroy. So I guess it's one set per player that you get for these. So that's all nicely contained. You get a nice little holder for them as well, which is a good job. Keeps them nicely together and organised. So good job for those two decks of cards. Then on to your publications here. two larger books, the core book, obviously the bigger one, and then the Octarius campaign book there as well, and there's a bit of card in there and some other stuff going on, so we'll take a look inside. So we'll do a flick through here. We'll do it all in this video to give you an idea of the contents. And there's the Octarius book. Excellent combination. I mean, Korps of Krieg and Orcs. Good choice, Games Workshop. Very, very good. Two very, very popular factions. Astra Militarum, very, very popular indeed. And Orcs, a very popular faction as well. Increasingly so, I think. And now there's some amazing new sculpts to add to them as well. So, nice matte laminate counters. Nicely themed. Just punch them out and ready to go. Double-sided. Nice work. Then we'll take a moment to have a look at the models so you get a better view of them in here. I would imagine. Yeah, we'll zoom in and we'll just see these models here. So Orcs first of all, fantastic pose on the knob here, power claw, the cap there, the pose, fantastic, beautiful work. This one, and Orcs you can really go for some, each sculpt's different with the Orcs, and then a couple of examples of the Guardsmen here, Korps of Krieg. Nice colour scheme, the blue. Yeah, nice. It's a cross between World War I German and French, with a French style around here. And sort of the German style helmet, so a cross between the two. But lovely colour scheme. Nice, very nice indeed. I do mind quite sort of muddy looking, I reckon. I like the brown basing, it looked quite good. You could do real sort of mud, trench sort of colour scheme for the basing, would match in nicely with these. It's fantastic work. So just roll through this. First, give you all the clear details for your construction. There's a squad, 10. And we're constructing the commandos. A bit more than 10, it's sort of 10 plus squig and grot. And showing you how to put the terrain together as well, which is useful enough just to make sure you get it right. Quite straightforward. There's your instructions in there. I guess we'll do the core book first of all. We'll take a look inside this one. So it's a big enough publication, this one. So this would be all the rules that you need to play the game. That's the full table setup. Welcome to the kill zone. Introducing that. Oh, there's an alternate colour scheme here. Oh. Yeah. So you've got a green colour scheme here. So that's another option. Not so keen on that one myself, but it just shows you what you can do. There's a nice colour scheme there, and they've done like a grey basing of a bit of static grass on there, but that's an alternate colour scheme you can go for. Loads of different options here for the Korps of Krieg and different colour schemes that you can go for. So I was talking about just the game. So you can arrange the Orc terrain into like a compound. You can join them all together to make like a square building. Interesting way of playing that. Just bear that in mind. 10,000 years of war. Into your first millennium. So background fluff here. Only war. Guardsmen killing Tau. Oh dear. Kill teams. Bit of fluff, bit of story going on. Theatres of war. Different kill zones. And quite strongly themed artwork here. There's Tempestus Scions, bringing in the Primaris Space Marines as well. Admech, Sisters. Let's just run through all the different factions here. Forces of Chaos that are available. Interesting, they're putting all of this into the book here. the Eldar and Harlequins, Drakari, Orcs, Necrons. Just running through all the factions. I guess a good kill team, a good way of introducing the factions on a smaller level to people, so you can dip in, see what you think of the faction. You can paint up a few models, play a few games of kill team, and then think, yeah, I really love Drakari or Genestealer Cults, and then you start to expand your collection, and then branch out into Warhammer 40,000. So good idea. It's the Tau, and then you're onto your core rules. So a third of the way through the book. Tools of War, so that's those markers that you can use for the game. Get those in with the box. Data cards, battle structure, fight phase, strategy phase, and so on. Best way I've found to learn, if you can, is try and play alongside or be introduced to the game by someone who knows how to play it. It's a quick and brilliant and fun way to pick the rules up. Difficult just to read a rule book all the way through and try and pick up the rules, so trying to play it and joining games is a much better idea. Wounds and damage, right line of sight rules, kill zones, terrain, another board setup. Beautiful setup, that one, lovely, very nice. Really, really nice. So many terrain options available here. Examples of terrain. Ways to play. Just open play, just put all your models in. And then there's some missions there. Then you've got match to play games. It's your army roster. Sequence of play. Narrative style games. Different abilities and attributes here. Strong illustrations here, requisitions, special ops, and so on. Space for a nice piece of artwork. Missions pack at the back here. Loot and salvage. Good ones for the orcs. Consecration. Awaken the data spirits. Escalating hostilities, seize ground, domination, secure area tech, duel of wits, master of the terminals, and tech ops. And your appendix at the back, markers and tokens. Just there. There it is. So there it is, and then next is the Octarius campaign book, I guess, all contained within this set as well. So the introduction, catalogue of woe. So this is specifically going into the orcs, taking on the guard here. Octarius, the meat grinder, the Ashmilitarum, and their kill teams. Nice. 1,000,000 regiments. So they're actually talking about some of them here. Korps of Krieg, which they've put first. Cadian shock troops, which already are there, with their resculpt as well of the regular Cadian guardsmen. So we're working our way through pretty good. So if if this is the order, I highly doubt it, but if this is the order they're going to go in, Catachan Jungle Fighters, I guess that's already pretty much covered. So then the next one would be Armageddon Steel Legions. I don't know, but they're quite similar to Korps of Krieg. And then you've got Vostrian Firstborn, which they've been done them in metal and they were nice, but then it sort of faded away after that. And then I think they tried to do them in fine cast, but it wasn't good. And then later is my favourite three: Valhalla Ice Warriors, Talon Desert Raiders, and then Mordian Guard last of all. But I doubt that's the order they're going to do them in if they go ahead and sculpt them up. Weapons of War gear, the Ashmilitarum, Cogfist City, and just some illustrations of them fighting the terrain. Does look very cool. There's the alternate colour scheme for the Def Court. Beautiful names and demeanours. Orcs, Orc kill teams, different Orc clans. So there's plenty of putting lots of fluff into these. Right, okay, so we've got some bit of a showcase going on here. Let's have a look. Just loving the look of these. Each one's unique as well, so brilliant job. There's the knob, squad leader, rocket boy, a comms boy, cool, a slasher boy, a commando boy, a decker boy, and I love that, that's the commando style. Add hat on there, sort of British SAS sort of style. And then sniper boy. Real specialist team here. Great choice, Orc Kommandos. Fantastic idea. Brilliant, brilliant work. And then alternate or different ones being painted up here. More commando boys. Different options. And down there as well. Just names and demeanours. Veteran Guardsman kill team. So I wonder what will happen with the Astra Militarum Codex when it comes out. Wherever it will be. I don't know. I don't know, it might be, whether they go something like Space Marines, you have a core book for Space Marines, you have a core book for Astra Militarum, with all the main units, and then they branch out into supplements for the regiments. So, you know, specialist units, I don't know if there's a broad enough scope for that. Blood Angels, for example, they have their own supplement, but they've got like a dozen unique units that they can take. Whether you could get that many for a guard regiment, I doubt it. So I'd imagine a guard codex is going to have all the rules in it, even if they do branch out and sculpt up some of the different regiments. I think that's the way that the route they'll go. Because, you know, like Talon Desert Raiders, for example, you know, you've got your standard 10-man squad, you have a weapons team. And so that's the same as, you know, as any of the guard regiments. There's not much variety as such, and you've got different types of regiments, but the main units are going to be the same. So perhaps some different HQ choices and so on. But other than that, that's about it. So that, I reckon that could all be contained within the one guard codex, no problem at all. Yeah. Too much of a stretch to hope for supplements, I think. But then, having said that, you know, your codex supplement's not just models and unique units, it's unique stratagems, warlord traits, relics, and so on. So, not sure. And then you've got other stuff here. So you've got confident veteran, demolition veteran, medic veteran, zealot veteran. There's plenty of variety here. A bruiser veteran, comms veteran, hardened veteran, spotter veteran. Yeah, different types of equipment. Rare equipment, requisitions, commando kill team, commando boy, commando slasher boy, commando breacher boy, commando sniper boy, dacker boy, comms boy, rocket boy, burner boy, commando grot, commando knob, and bomb squig. Beautiful. Their equipment. And then there's special rules, requisitions, covering the terrain, barricades and so on, scrap pile, and then your mission pack here as well. So search and retrieve, there's different missions available. Fuel run, eliminate target. All looks good fun. Saboteurs, nice supply drop, ambush, evac inbound, breach defences. Very, very nice. So that's that review done. That's all the contents there of the set. So really, the sculpting's fantastic, brilliant set. It's a great concept. The two factions, great choice. So, chance to resculpt and do commandos for the orcs, and very fitting. Excellent unit choice for the kill team game. And then brilliant work to get a guard regiment sculpted up here and introduce the start of those. The Korps of Krieg, good choice. The two combinations there, very good choice for sure. And then your train looks excellent, unique as well. It's a chance to bring in some orc train just to get away from a lot of the imperial stuff that's available. So some great stuff available there for the orcs as well. So you can go for very nice themed battlefields with that. Great thing about kill team is you overflow into 40k. So you can get a hold of this box set, enjoy kill team, and then spill over into 40k and expand your collection. Get into orcs, some incredible models, great faction, good fun faction to play. And then for Astra Militarum, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of new people now that just don't like Cadians, but now they've got a chance to go for something else in the form of the Korps of Krieg, and it's a vastly different style. That's the great thing about the Astra Militarum regiments. For Space Marines, there's plenty of variety. Blood Angels, Space Wolves are different enough, but a lot of the other Space Marine chapters, Imperial Fists, Ultramarines, it's sort of quite similar. But for the regiments, for the Guard, there's some crazy differences in styles with the regiments. So some great possibilities as that range expands. Hopefully it will, but as I said at the start, leave it in the comment section if you know any further plans what Games Workshop hope to do in regards to expanding out the Korps of Krieg, what the plan is with them, and if there's any hope, any chance of the other regiments being done. I think if they do, which I think they will, as I always feared that they would do none and never get going, but as soon as they do one, I think the door's open now for the other regiments to come. But I think it will be a process where it's going to take years, literally a regiment in a year, perhaps longer. I think Games Workshop will aim for the long-term plan for releasing these. I could be wrong, I hope I am, but I think it's going to be a long drawn-out process if and when Games Workshop release the other regiments, but at least they've started, and so that is excellent news. So very excited about that, and the quality of what you get in this box set is fantastic. So good set from Games Workshop. Big thanks to them for sending me a copy ahead of time. I don't play kill teams, some people have been asking, maybe we will, but regardless of that, inside this box we will use the contents of it and bring it into our games of 40k for sure. Do check out Goblin Gaming, they're the sponsors here. If you are going to just make a purchase from them, use the link below. It does help the channel in a small way at no cost to you. But that's the review. Keep a lookout for more reviews in the future. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.